the easiest way for me to parent is to let them be who they're going to be. This is the time of life where you power through. I'm waiting for there to be a question that makes me sound cooler. I think people underestimate me, which is always easier to impress. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If people expect me to be sort of like 0 on an intelligence scale, I only have to do something moderately bright, and people think I'm a genius. So
I think that's
it works
true.
in my
It's a low
favour.
bar. And all fairness, when we were introduced, which was probably 10 years ago, by one of the cleverest people I know, they introduced you as one of the cleverest people they know. And I thought, oh my God, this is serious. But again, that sense of, there's different types of intelligence, but certainly your ability to connect with everyone would be a key trait of yours.
I think it's one of the things I want to instill in my children the most is that the conventional form of education is great and some people are good at it and some people are have natural ability in other areas, but I really want my children to be emotionally intelligent and enjoy their life and enjoy people, and that's something I get a great joy out of, is having connections with other people, and that I care more about than what my Mensa score would be.
Yeah, totally. And how do you work that muscle in kids? There'll be lots of people who want emotionally intelligent kids. Is there anything you do consciously? Is it just being around you?
I'm trying to think now. Emotional blackmail? No. Do you know what? I think it's just giving them the other angle all the time. So they'll come to me and say, oh, so-and-so's this, or this happened, and I hate this, or I don't like that. And it's like, okay, but what about the other side of it? What about how the other person might be feeling? What about if you were in that position? And I think it's always offering them an alternative viewpoint is really important to sort of exercise that muscle, if it were a muscle.
Yeah.
Other than that, just for me, my parenting, and I don't know if it's parenting or neglect, but I I feel that the easiest way for me to parent is to let them be who they're going to be. I think for a long time with Zachary, I had him so young, I felt that I needed to turn him into something. That was my job, was to like mold him into something. And where that may be true to a certain extent, actually, what I realised as he's got older is that they're going to be who they're going to be. And letting them be who they're going to be is the real joy of parenting, and finding out who they are. And they were always going to be that person.
As a parent myself, it's a joyous and heartbreaking revelation. And energy, again, I want to bring it back to, because, I sense energy in abundance. And you say it's there, where does it come from? If we take a sort of helicopter view of you and energy, and we had to rate you out of 100 across physical energy, mental energy, emotional energy, spiritual energy, what would you give Stacey?
I think I've always got loads of energy. I think I've always got more energy than I should have for the amount of tasks that I'm fulfilling in the day.
Yeah.
But I feel that you drag it from somewhere. Like you always get up and you think, oh, I've got to just find that energy, go do it and go finish it. And you look forward to the days when you don't have loads on the to-do list, which isn't often when you've got kids.
When is that day?
I don't know. There are times when like Joe, because me and Joe share the childcare between the both of us. So if I'm working, he's at home. If he's working, I'm at home. So there are rare occasions when, like, my older boys go to their dad's houses every other weekend, and my dad's an amazing granddad. So sometimes he'll say, "Can I take all the kids out?" And he'll take the kids out. And there are days when I'm like, I can reset. This is a chance for me to like build up some energy stores. But also, I think we're just honest about the time of life that we're in. This is the time of life where you power through every single second of each waking day if you want to make the most of it and if you want to get everything that you can out of it. And you just got to suck it up. We are working as hard as we can to try and make sure we fulfill our goals and our children's futures. It's that point in life where you just have to go, go, go. So I think the acceptance is key to the energy, if that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. I think there's an obsession with recovery at the moment, in terms of, I turn up to a gym, there's a recovery suite and there's people jumping in ice baths. I think there's a really powerful message there that there's certain stages in life when you have got to just push.
Recovery is, I think, I think recovery is obviously the most important thing, but it can be really anxiety inducing, and actually it's a real privilege, because recovery when you're in your 20s to 40s, 50s, and you're in that prime of working as hard as possible, building your career, getting to the top of your career, having kids, having a family, where is recovery? And sometimes the more I worry about recovery, the more stressed I am. So I'm better off letting go of the recovery and just pushing through and saying, sorry, Stace, but you're not recovering this week. You'll recover next week. Get over it. Such is life. Do you know what I mean?
Your great-grandparents got something from drinking water that you probably don't. Over the last century, we've made water safer to drink, on the whole, but something has been lost in the process. Natural water sources once provided essential minerals that our bodies evolved with over thousands of years. Today's water, even premium bottled source water, contains 78% fewer minerals than it did just a century ago. In fact, you'd have to drink 1.5 bathtubs to replenish the minerals that you lose in a litre of sweat. So if you think your water is hydrating you optimally, think again. Pure Sport, a company that I personally trust and use, solves this problem for high performers through their Ultra Electrolytes, a science-backed ratio of electrolytes in one single sachet. Optimize your hydration and leave the bath for bathing. Use our exclusive discount code EE10 at www.puresport.co for 10% off.
Diet.
Talk to me. I just had a sandwich. It was a halloumi wrap.
Great. And diet, do you have a strategy with it? Is it no? But you eat.
I just try and eat. I just try and make choices that everyone makes, I guess. Like, should I go McDonald's on the way home? Probably not. Do I sometimes? Yes. I think it's balance for me. And I think anywhere where I tell myself I can't ever have that is a real trigger for me. I don't want to restrict myself. I don't want to tell myself I can't have anything. So I just do things that are manageable. I make homemade dinners, but I don't think about what carbs I'm having, what fat I'm having. I don't think about any of that stuff. I've got 5 kids. I don't have time for that. But two, I think that if ever in my life I have tried to restrict myself in terms of diet or really like be rigid, it's actually only made me unhappy. So I just try and eat the things I like eating and cook as much as possible. That's the key for me, is if I can eat cooked food that's not processed, then I'm happy. I don't care what it is. It can be all the potatoes, all the fat, all the everything, as long as like I know I've cooked it or we've cooked it at home.
And do you have a love of food?
I love food so much. I love food. I love eating. I love making food. I really like food. I also think it's each to their own. Like, for some people, having a regime and having a plan, meal plan as prep, that works for them. And I think that sometimes we're so worried about what is so-and-so doing, what is this person doing, what is that person doing, when actually what works for you, that's what you should be doing. If it works for you, then great. Don't worry about anyone else. Everyone's body's different. Everyone manages things differently. Everyone's lifestyle's different. Everyone's work hours are different. So just do what you can.
Totally agree. And in terms of time to eat, do you get time to eat?
Yeah, like just now. I came in, sat and had some of my sandwich. Yeah, I don't love breakfast that much. I don't like eating in the morning. It makes me feel a bit queasy.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't like it. I think, I can't be bothered to eat. But then I get really hungry throughout the whole day and I'll just eat. So I've had a bit of my sandwich and then I'll have a bit more in a minute. Then I'll keep eating it all the way home.
Would you ever sit? Do you ever get to sit and eat?
We always sit for dinner. If we're home for dinner, we always sit round the table. But again, I'll do the same thing. I'll eat my dinner, then I'll have another snack after dinner. Like I do like to keep eating all the time. When I've started, it's like a non-stop trail of eating, if that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Lunchtime and 7 p.m. I just don't stop.
And any energy dips?
I think my energy dips are psychological. So when I know that there's a period of time, like when the kids go to bed, if I know that I'm about to take them to bed, then I'll go up and my body starts to shut down as well. So I'll often find myself falling asleep as I'm putting them to bed, or just as I've put them to bed, I'll lay on the sofa for like me time, and 5 minutes later I'm like, gone.
Which would be what sort of time?
9,
Okay.
10.
Yeah. That's normal.
I know, I'm such a loser.
It's not a loser. There'll be a lot of people saying, thank God.
I'm waiting
I
for
wanna
there
go
to
to bed
be
at
a
9.
time. I'm waiting for there to be a question that makes me sound cooler. But there aren't any.
Everyone.
I'm very sad.
9 is the new 11, I promise you. There's people out here going, at last.
That's what 30 to 40-year-olds tell themselves.
Everyone wants to go to bed at 9. They're just pretending.